Peace and blessings, family. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto you. Shalom, Hotep, assalamu Allah. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. I'm your brother in the struggle for peace, truth, prosperity, freedom, justice, and equality, as well as good health. In these last days and times in which we now live here in the wilderness of North America, I am your brother in the struggle, Brother Minister Alif Allah. Beloved, today I want to cover just two brief subjects. This is not going to be a long video by any stretch of the imagination, but I just want to give y'all some free game, you know what I mean, to teach you how to get some free gain, not G-A-M-G-A-I-N, gain. Make it happen, family. Stop praying for it to happen. You make it happen. God helps those who help themselves. Allah will never change the condition of a people until they rise up in understanding and information and aspiration and make it happen. That's how it goes. Till they rise up and change their condition themselves. I want to give y'all some behind the scenes information that can help you to help yourself. A lot of clients, they literally miss a lot of property, a lot of donations, grants, government contracts, you name it. Not because they're not sincere, not because they don't have that paperwork in order, not because they don't already have their IRS recognized 501c3, but because they simply don't understand how the game works. They don't understand how America operates. We're in the age of AI, artificial intelligence. So the game is like changing every couple of hours, literally. You know what I mean? So if you're not tops and modern, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad explained in his 1969 instructions to the laborer's manual, you're going to be left behind, fam. That's just the cold reality of it. There's no mystery God that's going to ever come bring you any food. You can look up, but there ain't nothing coming down but rain, hell, and snow and sleet. You have to realize that you must answer your own prayers. That don't mean you don't believe in one creator of all creation. It means that all of the spook gods, all of the gods of idols, the mystery gods, you reject them. You realize that you make and unmake yourself. If you're not doing something for yourself, ain't nothing happening unless you make it happen. It's just the cold reality of the world in which we live. All right. So I'm going to give y'all two important documents. Now, one document, I'm not getting paid for none of this. This is not a sponsored joint. You do this on your own. The one document from the IRS is absolutely free, at least to the last of my information. I got with a client on that a couple of months ago. Should be pretty much the same. Might be a small fee. I seriously doubt it. Now, I mean, the IRS will do it to you 100% free. It should take you no more than 10 minutes. The other one from the state, I'm in the state of Pennsylvania. So out here, you got to pay $5. Now, that's not bad. You know what I mean? That's basically still like free in this day and time. I mean, however, there's like 50 states. So other states may have different protocols. I'm going to give you the information to go on your government's website. All right. We're in the state of Pennsylvania. So no matter what state you're in, like in Pennsylvania, you go on corporation.pa.gov. That's the state of Pennsylvania, PA. So corporation.pa.gov. You go on that website and you want to ask for a particular form. Look up or Google, whatever you want to do. What you're looking for is a change of registered office application. It's commonly known in the short version as DSCB:15-1507. You don't have to remember it. I'll put it down here in the link somewhere. Inshallah, Sakin. I'm busy. I might forget. I mean, but again, to clarify, in case I forget, let's clarify for you. You're looking for a change of registered office. Is D as in divine, S as in Savior, C as in Council, B as in Black, colon, the number 15-1507. All right. So basically, that change of registered office is for the state, the secretary of your state in Pennsylvania. But if you're in New York, you're in Mississippi, you're in California, you're in wherever, Miami, Florida, wherever state you're in, you have to go on corporations dot, the 2 letters for your state, let's say Nevada, corporation.nv.gov. Say you was in Alcali, corporation.ca.gov. Say you was out Florida, corporation.fl.gov. Say you was in Mississippi, corporation.mi.gov. I'm pretty sure by now you should get that. All right. So make sure you log on there and you'll see the actual form. Real simple form, like 2 pieces of paper. Print that out, family. Print it out first. Physically, if you can, print it out. And basically, you want to read it over. If you got a laptop, you may not have to print it out, or you may not can't print it out if you don't have a printer. If you are in a situation where you don't have the equipment, say you didn't have a laptop and you didn't have a printer, don't panic. We meet and overcome all obstacles in our path. Simply go to any public library. And if you're there for the first time, ask them for a guest pass. And they're going to give you this little code number to allow you to get on a computer. Use that computer. If you got a driver's license or you got a state ID, tell them you'd like to get a library card. It's free. Get you a library card. 2024, you should have a library card. Know what I mean? But you basically want to use the library's computer. And you just go in there and you just look for this change of registered office, DSCB, colon 15-1507 form. The 2 pieces of paper. If you're in a public library, each library is unique. Like in Coatesville, the library charges 15 cents a copy. If I was to drive out Exton, PA, their library charged 10 cents a copy. If I went to Philadelphia, I haven't been there in a while, a couple of years, but the last time I was there, the Philadelphia library was charging like 25 cents a copy, whatever. But say it's the most expensive one in Philadelphia. You're only paying 50 cents. Put 50 cents inside the, you go on the computer, you download the form, you put in your login name, you put in create a password. It could be the year of your birth real quick. And you just send it to the library's computer, printer. And you go over there, put in that code number, your name, and then it'll take and be like, okay, it costs 50 cents. If it's 15 cents a page, 30 cents. If it's 10 cents a page, it costs you 20 cents, 2 pieces of paper. You put the money in, put the change in the machine. And you go ahead and you print out those 2 copies. Say you're having problems printing it out. Don't panic. Things happen. We meet and we overcome all obstacles in our path. Simply go to the desk and tell a friendly librarian. Maybe the librarian ain't that friendly. I always met 99.99% friendly librarians. But tell you a secret. When you go to those hard-working librarians, show them respect. They're going to show you respect. Plain and simple. The message teaches what in our lessons. 24 Principles of Islam. A Muslim respects all people and demands respect from all people. So you get with them and be like, pardon me, sis. Pardon me, sis. Excuse me, bro. Excuse me, sis. I'm having some problems. I'm trying to print out this document on my laptop, but the link, I don't know how to do it. It's confusing me. Can you help me out? Oh, sure. You know what I mean? I've been sitting here all day. You know what I mean? Something different to do. Let me show you my expertise. They'll shoot over there, print that thing out for you with no problem. You pay the little 20 cent, 30 cent, 50 cent, whatever it costs, it's going to be well worth it. Because now you have that physical document in your hand. Take the time, read it over, internalize it, Breathe it in, family. Get that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Why? You want to read it over because when you're asleep, I ain't gonna say when you sleep. God don't sleep. God just rests. When other people are sleeping, you're going to be analyzing, thinking. When you close your eyes, you're going to see stuff. Like you're going to physically be in bed with your physical eyes closed. And yet, your mind's eye is going to be open. That pineal gland going to be smart. And you're going to see all this weird stuff. Don't panic. Don't try to force it. Just let it happen. You might see stuff floating past memories, stuff you did all day, bits and pieces of movies, things that were said and did, things that wasn't said and did. Positives, it don't make a difference. You might think it's some alien stuff. It's nothing spooky. It's all cause and effect. It's how the mind processes information using a physical organ like this 3-pound brain. All right? So you want to take and get that into your subconsciousness. Now, that's the first document. Lock that in. You're like, okay, I'm going to fill this thing out tomorrow at such and such time. Don't say like, I'm going to fill it out or I'm going to mail it in. No. In your mind's eye, mentally picture yourself going on a laptop, going on your phone, whatever you got to do, a personal computer, taking an ink pen, taking an old manual typewriter, typing it up, whatever you got to do, fill out that form. You see? But mentally picture you filling out the form. And then when you mentally picture you filling out the form, you got to look at it like, okay, now, this form in Pennsylvania, it's not going to work if my math is off. Part of this math is they got a fee, $5 in Pennsylvania. It might be free in your state. It might be $10 somewhere else. I'm not sure. It's too many states. That part I'm not even worrying about. You check your individual state out. But if you're in Pennsylvania, you just include a check or a money order for $5. You can't send cash. All right? You can fill it out online and use a credit card or a debit card. But you fill out that form. And basically what that form is going to do is real short, real simple, but extremely critical to your nonprofit or your LLC or your S Corp or your B Corp. It's going to be extremely beneficial to your taxes, to your grants, to your government contracts, to your nonprofits, to your corporate bottom line, putting money inside of your account, making it happen instead of waiting for things to happen. You're going to show and prove the reality that the black man is God, the black woman is the goddess. You're going to make it happen. You're not going to wait for me to happen. You're not going to wait for some minister, some captain, some secretary, some group of people. You're not going to need 10 of your homies. You're not going to need a bunch of money. No, I'm giving y'all the real. This is how you get the game. Not the game, G-A-M-E, the game, G-A-I-N. The Holy Quran puts it like this. The Holy Quran tells us to believe this. If you take one grain and plant it in the earth, imagine taking a little grain of corn. Say you got two people. You get this brother an ear of corn. You get this brother an ear of corn. The brother on the left, he got his corn and he threw it inside the pot and boiled it up, or he microwaved it. He ate it. Corn good. See? The other one like, wow, I just got one ear of corn. I can eat today, but I'll be starving tomorrow. He take his ear of corn and be like, I'm going to husk this corn. I'm going to shuck this corn. I'm going to take and cut a couple of these kernels off this corn. I'm going to dry them kernels out. And I got 10 seeds, and I'm going to plant these seeds in fertile soil in the right season. So now, instead of him, Allah don't give him back what? Grain of corn. Allah be like, oh, you put a grain of corn in the earth, I'm going to give you back a grain of corn. You put an apple seed in the earth, I'm going to give you back an apple seed. That's spooky, family. It don't work like that in universe, man. The universe don't work like that. This is how the universe works. You put a grain of corn in the earth. You put a acorn. You put an apple seed. You put a peach seed, you put a tomato seed inside this earth, it's going to use the law of mathematics. The algorithm is going to be like, and instead of you getting back a grain of corn, you get this stalk start growing. But when the stalks start growing, you be like, my pocket's empty. Alif don't know what he's talking. I ain't getting nothing. It's like, yo, homie, believe in the seen and the unseen, as the Holy Quran teaches us. That don't mean believe in ghosts and goblins, some spooky stuff for Halloween. No. Believe in the laws of mathematics. It's going to send a shoot deep under the ground first that you're not even going to hear or see anything about. And it's going to take some patience. The Holy Quran teaches us that Allah loves the sabari. He loves the patient. Know what I mean? Oh, you who believe, be patient. You see, we're so impatient. We're in the age of the internet. We want Instagram. We want microwave. We want instant popcorn. We want fast food. We want a fast life, a quick death. No, family. Take the time, smell the lily, smell the flowers, chill. I mean, you ain't got to hang out at the club. You ain't got to be that guy, that girl. You ain't got to show off for nobody. Do you. Chill. You know who you are. You should. You see? And what happens is that grain of corn eventually grows a stalk. And people be seeing that stalk. They like, he only got 4 likes and 5 subscribers. He only got 9 videos up. He ain't doing nothing. Because they see the little stalk. And they like, look at so-and-so over there. Look at his garden. Look at his crop. Look at his produce. But the Holy Quran talks about that. And it tells you that that man that had all that fancy fruit, all that hanging fruit and beautiful vines and grapes, and then the wind blew. Then the sun came. Then the season changed. And it withered away. He's broke. Now you up. Oh, yeah. Ain't no fun when the God got the gun. You see? They got the vapors now because you're making it happen. But you got to understand how these mathematics work, family. See, a lot of y'all don't really believe in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You just know stuff about the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Y'all don't really believe it. I mean, every atom, every like, you really believe in the 24 scientists. You really believe in the supreme law of God who came to person mass form. You really believe in the first, last, and only messenger of a law of God who came to. You really believe that the black man is God. You really believe that the black woman is the goddess, the mother of civilization, the queen of the universe, that there is no mystery God. You really believe that heaven and hell are conditions of this world in which we now live, that hell is mental death, poverty, disease, and fear, and injustice? You really believe that slavery, suffering, and death comes from true and living devils right here on the face of this planet? Do you really believe that? A lot of y'all claim y'all do. Y'all don't really believe that. Because if you did, you would be willing to give all that you have to all in your power to see this day for which we have waited over 6,000 years for, family. See, most people are not able to endure. This is why Jesus teaches us that the race is not for the swift, but for those who endure to the end. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Is you in it for the long run, you see? It may take you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years to get Allah's blessings. But if you truly believe within yourself, your thing is like, the fact that Allah blessed me, I'll be the winner, living or dead. If I had to wait 9,000 years, all praise is due to Allah. If I had to wait 9 minutes, all praise is due to Allah. If He gave me a little tiny unseen atom of a gift, like the breath of life for 4 more minutes, all praise is due to Allah. But if He blessed me to live 100 years, all praise is due to Allah. In good or bad, all praise is due to Allah, the God. You see? That's the humility of the believers. You see? That's that faith of the biblical Yusuf or Joseph that you read about. See, many of you read these prophecies, you really don't understand it. I mean, you pick up your Bible and you pick up your Quran and you see the story about this guy, Joseph, and, you know, he had this coat of many colors. Like he was able to, you know, be diverse. He was able to deal with like Christianity, Sunni Islam, Nation Islam, 5%, Pan-African, the revolutionaries, economics, politics. It's like this a coat of many colors. That makes some people jealous. You see, some of the brothers and sisters get jealous of that. That's human nature, you see. So what do? They'll toss you into a well. They'll toss you into a ditch. You see, they'll lie. They'll try to steal your position, steal your inheritance. Now, you know mathematically, the atoms of the universe just simply is not going to let that happen. You see? You know, it's like, but they slandered Yusuf. They slandered Joseph. They threw Joseph in jail. He was innocent, but they threw him in jail anyway. What did he do? The scripture says he prayed and tore the cellies and sparked them. What did cellies do? They forgot about it. Nothing personal. They loved him, but, you know, human nature. They get out. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm baking again. I'm getting pies. I'm eating out here. I'm not going to come help you in the belly of the beast. No. You see? But what does the ultimate end be? The ultimate end be the 10%. The same ones that was in opposition, put them in that circumstance, they take and toss their crowns to that one. They like, yo, we now see. You see? So here is the Aziz. You know what I mean? Here is the Almighty. Like, listen, G, this is what we going to do. Now, I mean, everything in my pocket going to be in your pocket. Everything in my account, your account. Everything in my stash, is your stash. You go ahead and just be a wise steward and make it happen and go ahead and do what you're supposed to do by birth. You see? So what did he do? Yusuf or Joseph, he wasn't unmindful of his position and condition and his blessings. He wasn't greedy. He knew that Allah was in charge the whole time. So when he got in that position, he appreciated the blessings of Allah. So what did he do? What he always did. He helped the people to help themselves. So family, I'm helping y'all to help yourselves. Now, many of y'all are going to hear this, but very few are going to listen. So I'm not worried about those that refuse to listen. My job is not to make you hear nor forbear. I, like the first, last, and only messenger of Allah, can only deliver the clear message. It's up to you. I mean, I know what it could do. I know what it's doing. You see, I know what it has done, you see. But let's look at this second form. So that first form is that change of registered office form. In fact, I'm going to add an actual copy of it somewhere in this video, inshallah. All right. Now, the second form that's free is the IRS form 8822B. All right. You can download it, fill it out, same as the other form. Now, we're talking two subject matter jurisdictions. You're talking about your state and your federal status of your nonprofit business. All right. Your 501c3. What happens, especially in this age of computer technology, AI, everything's just so instantaneous. If your addresses are not congruent, if your phone numbers are not congruent, if your names are not congruent, things fall apart. You could like get a grant. You could have a government contract in place. And you could go on SAMS. You could get a SAMS number, System for Awards Management number. You can have your D&B, your Dun & Bradstreet number. And then your D&B, Dun & Bradstreet number, when you first started your nonprofit, you might have been living in an apartment in North Philly. But as time went on, 4 or 5 years later, you moved to a different apartment. Now you got an address in North Philly at Dun and Bradstreet, but you got a different address with the IRS. You got the same address at the IRS as you have with the Secretary of the State, but you lost your phone. You got a different phone number 5 years later, 3 years later, 2 years later. You lost that phone. You don't even remember that phone number. The computer is going to look at that as a red flag, like, oh, wait a minute. He or she saying they the CEO, the chief executive officer of this company, the chief CFO, the chief financial officer, or the minister, or what have you, and they don't even have that information congruently, meaning it's not lining up. Like the information, the name and address that's over here at the state is different from the federal or the IRS. It's different from Dun and Bradstreet. It's different when you go file for your System for Awards Management number and you go through the process of that, and they be like, okay, listen, everything looking good. We just got to do this security check. We're going to send you an email when we send you your cage number, and basically you're going to get this money. Like your first contract might be $120,000. All we want you to do is subcontract and pay somebody to paint the sidewalks in the hood. Now, I mean, you just paint the sidewalks. It costs you altogether maybe like, say, $50,000, and we give you $120,000. Your nonprofit this year makes $70,000. You pay all your employees $50,000, tax free. You keep it moving. You know the game. GAIN, not GAMA. You're the leader, not the boss. You want to be a leader, a self-leader. You don't want followers. You want to lead yourself. You want to be the temple. You don't go to temple service. You are the temple. You don't go to masjid service. You are the house of God. You don't go to church. Know ye not that your bodies are the temple of the living God? You see, you're the synagogue. You're the university. You're the corporation. You're the brand. There is no mystery God. You see? So you get these two forms, that change of registered office from the state, and then you get your IRS form 8822B. Both forms is only like 2 pieces of paper. Maybe one of them is even one. Real short, easy. Basically, they'd be like, okay, what's the name of the registered agent office when you first file for your stuff? It's my old address. You put that on that line. Okay, what's your new address? This is my new address in 2024. Know what I mean? And you send that in. The IRS going to take and write you back in like a month, and they be like, look, we updated your information. Your new nonprofit address is your present location. It could be your house. It could be your apartment. It could be a skyscraper in the sky. You see? Then you do the same thing. Make sure you do the same thing with the state level. You get that paperwork back from the Secretary of State in like a month or two. No more than, I would say, like a month. All right? Now you got your information updated. So now, when you take and go for those grants, now this 2024, a lot of pseudoscientists be like, yeah, I write grants. You don't write grants in 2024. That's the old school corny stuff. Know what I mean? You know, now that once you get that information congruent, I'm going to teach you how to move with that information, family. The way you do that, log onto my website. Got some free game over there for y'all. GAIN. Free game. Free game, fam. I mean, not GAMA. Free game. Log on to noireport.online. It gets greater later. And remember the divine ethics. It's better to have money that you do not need than to need money that you do not have. Send your questions, comments, or suggestions to me at ministeralif@gmail.com. Salam Allah. Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddesses.